Welcome to my channel. I am Kelley Norton and we are out here today at gorgeous Mystic at Lake Pleasant Heights. This is in North Peoria, minutes from Lake Pleasant and just minutes from shopping, surrounded by gorgeous mountains. Stay tuned. I'm going to give you a full tour of this gorgeous community. Hi, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady at EXP Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate. All right, so today I'm going to give you a tour of this gorgeous community. I'm actually out in front of their community center. And if this is your first time to my channel, I want to welcome you. My name is Kelley Norton. I'm a Valley native and a real estate agent of over 23 years right here in the Phoenix area. So I love to help people that are looking to move to or within Phoenix and surrounding areas. So if you find the information useful on this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell. So if you're looking for someone with a ton of experience, knows the location, by the way, I'm a Peoria resident myself, but I've lived in over 8 cities here in the Valley. So I can definitely help you, even if you're thinking of moving to the East Valley, you're not sure if the North Valley, Scottsdale, or maybe out here, Peoria, Surprise, or Buckeye, maybe those are the options. Just reach out. I can definitely help you in all of those different areas. So guys, let's get started with this tour. So Mystic, what I love about Mystic is you are surrounded by tons of mountains and the location is in that north pocket of the valley. So your northwest area, considered Peoria, northwest Peoria. Now cross streets for you are going to be Lone Mountain and the Loop 303. Now the other way that you access this community Mystic is that you go through the backside of Vistancia. So you probably have heard of Vistancia. Mystic is just located right on the eastern side of Vistancia. So I have gotten myself inside because unfortunately it started to rain. So we don't get a ton of rain out here in Arizona. And there was nothing in the forecast, but definitely cooled off, got a little windy and a little rainy, and that is just not conducive for filming. So inside we are. Let's talk about Mystic at Lake Pleasant Heights. So there are different builders that are going to be building in this community. Right now you have Taylor Morrison that's currently building. They're on their second phase and they are closing that out. Now they do have 2 sides of the street nestled into the mountains. There is the community center there, kind of right in the midst of where they are. And if you go a little further east into the community, there are other builders that are building. You have Gihan Homes, which is building. There's also some other developing that's going on right up into the base of that mountain. So I want to share with you some of the great things about this community. So there's going to be over 1,000 homes in this community. Again, accessibility, you can access it from Vistancia coming through the community, or you can access it from the 303 Lone Mountain exit and then turning north on El Mirage. So you are less than 5 minutes away from the Loop 303 freeway, which is fabulous. Now, let me share with you about shopping and restaurants and grocery stores and what's appealing about this location. So let's start with Lake Pleasant. So you are a short drive away from Lake Pleasant. Right now, to get out of the community and head over to Carefree Highway and get to Lake Pleasant, it's going to take you about 20 minutes or so. But in the future, there should be a road that's going to bypass through the hills and get you almost a straight shot to Lake Pleasant. So stand by, folks, because when that happens, this area is going to be that much more popular, because to be able to be 5 to 8 minutes away from one of the more popular lakes in the valley is tremendous. And that lake has a Dillon's at it, which is a restaurant. It has a big giant slide. You can rent boats, you can rent paddle boards and kayaks and jet skis and the whole 9 yards. So it is really nice. It's a full lake. You can camp out there. You can do a picnic out there. Just really a full mecca of outdoor activities, whatever you would like to do. Now, let's also talk about the Paloma Park. So Paloma Park is also about a 15-minute drive from the community. Just get out on the Loop 303 and you're going to hang a left, and then you're going to exit on Lake Pleasant and hang a right, and the park is right there. That has pickleball, so you will have pickleball access. There is a catch and release lake there, a really nice dog park, and there's a path that goes all the way around the lake. big play areas, splash pads, and tons of mountain bike trails and hiking trails. It's on the back side of the West Wing Mountain. So that brings me into what hiking is nearby. So Mystic is actually located right nestled into a bunch of mountain ranges and a bunch of hills. And you can go right out your door and mountain bike, hike. There's really a lot of options for that outdoor enthusiast. And North Peoria is known for its mountains. It is known for having the ability to go outside and maybe even take your quads out, take your razors out, go out and catch the trail that goes to Crown King. You can just really enjoy the desert out here. So if you're new to Arizona, a lot of the areas have HOAs. Now there's some that don't. So if you're looking for something with an RV garage or an acreage property, there are some that don't have HOAs. But in North Peoria, there were some neighborhoods that don't have an HOA where you have some acreage. But you are going to be in a higher price point there. For the most part, those homes are going to be closer to that million mark. You may be able to find something in that 800 range, but for the most part, to be on some land, no HOAs, you're definitely going to have a more north price. So this community here, you're going to be entering in a price point in the kind of low fives and going up from there. So getting that square footage around 1,400, 1,500 square feet, you can get a home that's going to have you right in that kind of sweet spot of the low to mid 500s. The HOA is going to cost you $177 a month. And again, there's going to be some things that you need to abide by. Understood. You know, you're not gonna be able to have pink polka dots on your house. You're not gonna be able to park a vehicle without tires. And we all kind of want to make sure that doesn't happen in our community. It helps keep up the value. So there are some benefits to having an HOA. And I get it. They can be a pain in the ass sometimes. I get it. But for the most part, they're actually there to help you. And sometimes they can overstep their bounds. I get it. But the purpose that they're there for is to help preserve that value in the neighborhood. And you can tell when there is a neighborhood that doesn't have an HOA versus one that does, and the people don't care about the area, it's very, very evident there. So $177 is what it's going to set you back monthly. It does include the community pool center. There is no fitness center here. It does include also a clubhouse that's available for you to reserve if you have a party or a need to go ahead and reserve that. It is there. I'm not aware that there's a charge for that currently, so that's kind of a plus as well. Now, as far as parks, there's a couple pocket parks that are going to be throughout the master planned area of Mystic. And there is a park and play area right by the clubhouse. There's an outdoor lawn for events for the residents to use as well. And there is going to be one section of this community, at least one, that is going to be a gated section to the community. Now, pricing and information, I don't have that yet, but if you are interested in getting more information as these other parts of Mystic open up, please call me or text me. It's the best way to reach me, and I'd be happy to note your information and update you when I get that. So just let me know. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Don't go anywhere. I have more video to share with you, but if you wouldn't mind, subscribe to the channel and click that little bell. That way you're notified when we put up new videos. Thank you so much. Back at it. Okay, so you may be wondering what shopping is nearby. Well, good news. They're putting in a Fry's and 5 North, really right down the street from this community. So as you head south on El Mirage and you get to Lone Mountain, they're building one of the super big giant Fry's right there. And if it's going to be anything like the other ones that are in the area, they actually have they have a bar. They've got like a cheese counter that you can go and sit at and order a drink. It's really a whole vibe in there for sure. So covered parking, they're very, very nice. So they're putting that in, and the shopping area right there is going to have some boutique shopping, some restaurants. And again, this is right off of Lone Mountain and the 303, right at the curve of the 303 in the far North Valley. And you also have the Safeway that's in Vistancia. So if you continue down El Mirage and you pass Lone Mountain as you're heading south, you just get down to Vistancia Boulevard and it's going to be on your left-hand side. And there's a couple little places to eat there, fast food. I think there's a Subway right there. There's a little corner bar. Now, if you want a little bit more elaborate shopping and you want more of a mall and you want to know, hey, Kelley, where the heck is the Costco? So the Costco is going to be located just, if you hop on the 303 and you jet to the south, there's one that's going to be at Waddell. It's already there now. But there is one at Waddell and Cactus. That's just about an 8 to 10 minute drive down the 303. The other Costco is going to be near the Arrowhead Mall. So that's roughly 79th Avenue and the 101, 83rd Avenue and the 101 location. And there's a Sam's Club that's not too far from there as well. And gosh, there's like 50 to 100 restaurants in that area. You also have more restaurants that are over near Lake Pleasant and Happy Valley. That's called the Four Corners area of North Peoria. That's only going to be about a 12-minute drive for you from the front door in Mystic. So not far at all. That's where you're going to find your Target. That's where you're going to find your Lowe's and your Home Depot. And they have like a Kirkland store. There's a Big Lots there. There's a Ross there. Then you have all your restaurants. You've got Chili's. You have Lakeside Bar and Grill. There's a Mexican food restaurant. There's an Italian restaurant. There's a ton of stuff there too. I think there's over 70 places to eat there, whether it be fast food or sit down. They do have a lot of options. So there's also a theater there. They have one of those AMC dine-in theaters, and it's only about a year old. And guys, this corner is definitely growing. They're putting an In-N-Out in the area. So, you know, you got to mention the In-N-Out. Also, there's going to be a Chick-fil-A going in. So those are always a kiddo favorite, and kid at heart as well. Delicious. So anyhow, a lot to do in the area between the parks, the lakes, the shopping, the dining, and all of the outdoor activities. Just a ton to do. And you're right there by Vistancia. And don't forget that because you are close to Vistancia, there is a restaurant that is open to the public that is right as you head into Trilogy of Vistancia. There is a restaurant called V's Tap Room. It's right on the golf course. They have this gorgeous wood-fired pizza oven that you can see as you walk in, a really nice bar, but definitely keep in mind that they get busy because this is a really popular restaurant for Vistancia and also for Trilogy at Vistancia. That's the active adult 55 plus community right there. So again, Mystic is not a part of Vistancia. I want to make sure that that's very, very clear. You do not have access to Vistancia amenities, but V's Tap Room is a public restaurant. So you do have access to that. Now let's talk about a CFD. So Mystic does have a CFD. Now this is that Community Facilities District. You may have heard me talk about this in other videos. So what this does is this is grant money that is given to beautify an area. So this money is then turned over in charge of your taxes. So you are going to have a slightly elevated taxes in this area. If you estimate 1%, you should be okay on your estimation for what your taxes may be. But again, most of these haven't been assessed yet, so not 100% sure on that, but you should be safe if you use that as a gauge for working out a payment on the property if you need to get an estimate for your taxes. So you could calculate in roughly 1% and also calculate in your 177 for your HOA. And now let's talk about schools. So the elementary school, one of the options would be Lake Pleasant Elementary School, which is, they actually offer pre-kindergarten, kindergarten, and then all the way up to 8th grade. Now your student to teacher ratio there is about 21 to 1. So not bad. Definitely seen that higher in other areas and other school districts. And reach out to me if you want to report on the schools. I'm happy to send that to you. Any information I can help with, of course, I'm here for you. Also, there's a lot of different charter schools in the area. One they're building right here inside the Vistancia community, and that is Legacy Traditional Academy. And that one's going to be kindergarten all the way up to junior high level. So definitely have that option. You have Great Hearts. There's a ton of other charter school options just right nearby within a 10 to 20 minute drive from this community. So your closest high school is going to be Liberty High School. Now this school has 2,600 kids currently at the time of filming this that I was able to find. Also, the teacher to student ratio is not terrible for having that many students. It's 22 to 1, so not bad. Now, I will tell you that when you're in the area of North Peoria, one of the complaints of the residents is that there's not enough places for the high school kids to go. So there's a couple high schools in the area. The closest one here is going to be a good 10 miles from Mystic. So just be prepared that it is something that is in the talks. They're trying to get something panned out to get more high schools in the area, because the area is growing rapidly and the schools really are kind of bursting at the seams at that high school level. So I just want to make sure that I share that with you, because again, I don't sugarcoat anything for my viewers. We make sure that we bring you all the information so you can make the best decision for yourself. If this is your first video for North Peoria, some other things to be aware of is that Luke Air Force Base is located not just to the north, but it's all the way down the 303 near Camelback. But I want you to be aware that you do have flyovers. It's not terribly, terribly loud. It's not like they're taking off and landing like they are over in Goodyear, near communities like Pebble Creek, that's a 55 plus, or Palm Valley, which is an all age area. Now it's a lot louder over there and in other areas of Surprise. But here in North Peoria, they do turn around the lake and they curve around, so you do hear them, and I just want you to be aware of that. So as you're driving into Mystic, you will see a cute little sign that shows a little donkey going across. So that is right, we do have some donkeys that are native to this area, and if you're out at Lake Pleasant, a lot of times you can see them out there. If you're out on a boat or paddle boarding or camping, you'll see the donkeys out there. You'll see them also through this area. They may come by. Now, they aren't really loved by some homeowners because they do destroy sprinklers. So although they're very cute, they can be somewhat destructive to the landscape. But hey, I say they were here first, so we just need to deal with them. There are like coyotes in the area, so just be prepared. This is a desert, so you do have some of that wildlife out here too. One of the things that makes this community really popular is that it is near the Taiwanese semiconductors. So it is a short drive down the 303, only about a 10-minute drive. So if that is a place that you are possibly going to be working, it is a short distance to the Taiwanese semiconductor. It's a great location. We're getting a lot of executives coming from the TSMC plant that are purchasing out here in this North Peoria area, because it's just a zip down the 303, and then you have a ton of different neighborhoods to choose from. And Mystic is really a luxurious feel with the mountains, and in a great high demand, popular location. Thank you so much for watching the video on Mystic at Lake Pleasant Heights. Again, I'm Kelley Norton. I'm the associate broker here at EXP Realty, and I'm happy to help you with your relocation. I also have an amazing team behind me as well, so any of us are happy to help, but feel free to reach out if you are looking to make a move so that we can find out what your wants and needs are and definitely point you in the right direction for what's going to be a great fit for you. Calling or texting is the best way to reach us. Thank you so much, and until next time.